Okay, today's story. Bread comes to life. A garden of wheat and a loaf to eat by George Levinson, photographed by Shamiel Thaler. And on Friday, one of our scholars, Reese, baked some bread with his mom. And we got to see it in the bag. So let's see, Reese, of what is happening in this story, if that is what you and your mom did, right? So here we go. My pages are stuck, friends. All right. And this is my title page. Bread comes to life. A garden of wheat and a loaf to eat. Bread is the food we eat every day. So many kinds, so many ways. So here is a picture of all kinds of different breads. See that? There's round breads. There's breads with little poppy seeds. There's even breads that have like oats on top. Let's see what we learn. White bread, black bread, small bread, tall bread, thin bread, twin bread, dinner rolls, bread with holes, hearty day old tough bread. And okay, so let's look at this one. Whoa, friends, look at this. Look at this big, huge, twisty bread. That's about as tall as she is. And look at here, we have a black bread, and there's a white bread, and it's round. And then it's a thin bread, looks round. And then there is bread with holes. And look here, I guess this is a twin bread because those two are twins. And then here's the tall, thin. This is the thin bread. And it's twisted. Soft, squishy, fluff bread. Look at that one. It's soft and it's squishy and fluff. It's fluffy. It's soft. Oh, when bread is super soft, it's even better to eat. Bread is toast. Bread is crumbs. Bread is pizza. So there's bread. You can put your bread in the toaster and it becomes toast. Then you can put what? Yeah, butter and jam. Oh, it's so good. Or butter and jelly. And then did you know that you can, if you have a thin sliced piece of pizza, it's like a bread. Bread is buns, like a hamburger bun or a hot dog bun. How is bread made? Where is it from? So there he has 3 pieces of bread. I think he's juggling. And here it is. It's asking us, how is it? How is bread made? Where is it from? Let's see if we find out. This baker makes his bread from scratch by sowing wheat in his backyard patch. Soon those seeds send down roots. So look here, this baker, he grows his own. So he's throwing down the seeds there. Okay. And it says down here, soon those seeds send down roots. So if a seed sends down roots, then that means it starts to what? Grow. So soon those seeds send down roots and sprout into shoots of bright green grass. So look here, here's all the roots, and here's some bright green grass. Is bread made from grass? Let's keep reading and find out. The days pass and that grass grows into sturdy blades, tall and straight, finely made with budding heads and bristly hair. Oh, look here. Those blades of grass begin to change. Now there's thin, tall blades, and you see these little buds? See, so now there's like these little budding heads. Now that doesn't look like grass anymore. And gently waving in the air. And look, here they are. Pretty tall. Now it's starting to look like something that I recognize. But I've seen it when it's like dried up and it's ready to be harvested. When the crop is ripe and old, the tops are bowed and streaked with gold, and every head of wheat contains many tiny finished grains. So look, when your wheat looks like this, that means it's time to be harvested. And then look here. See how it says, and every head of wheat contains many tiny finished grains. So look here. So let's see what they do with this. I'm excited. Time to cut the golden field, gather up the backyard yield. There he is, cutting up all the wheat. Stack up piles of sun-dried stalks. Rub them in a threshing box. It's the simple old-time miller's craft of separating wheat from chaff. So look here. So see how he's rubbed them in a threshing box. So see, he's rubbing them, but he's kind of like doing like this, like pressing down and then going like this, rubbing it. And so what that ends up doing is, do you see that? Those are all like those little circle thingies that we saw, like the little wheat buds. Okay, so they're all being separated kind of like from the stalk, kind of like from that. That's what all that fancy wording means, of separating wheat from chaff, or from chaff. What's left are seeds, a hefty load, many times the number sowed. Look, so now after all of that, all that is left are seeds. And each new grain of harvest wheat looks just like a loaf to eat. And all those little small seeds will help to turn into bread, loaves of bread. Now is the hour to grind those grains into whole wheat flour. So you see all those little seeds are in the grinder. And see, it's a crank. It's a handheld crank. And so what he does is he's turning it, and while he's turning it, it's like mashing it all together, making it into a wheat flour. With simple tools and easy rules, it's on with a show to make up some dough and bring fresh bread to life. So they're gathering all their tools. Okay, so I see they need a bowl. Oh, this is a measuring cup. Is it a measuring spoon? Yeah. Spoon probably to mix everything. Let's see what yeast, honey, water, flour, salt, oil, and muscle power. So here they're adding to the flour, they're adding yeast, honey, water, that's the water right there. And of course, they're adding the flour, salt and oil, and muscle power. Now, when it says muscle power, see, here's the spoon. That means he's like stirring and stirring and stirring it super, super duper hard. However, Reese, you guys didn't have to do that, right? You have a bread maker. You are so lucky, my friend. Then the baker says, dump it, thump it, dust it with like some flour, knead it. When you knead it, it's kind of like you're taking your dough and you're like folding it over and over, and you're kind of like squishing your hands through it, kind of like mixing it up really, really good. Squash it, stretch it. Oh, it takes a lot of work. Toss it. Now he's tossed it in the air. I bet it's going to be delicious bread. Set it aside to rest and rise. It grows twice the size. So now, while it's resting in the bowl, it's grown twice the size. Punch it, give it some shape, let it rise again, and put it into bake. So see how it's gotten a lot bigger in the bowl. And so there he is. He's punching it downward, kind of like kneading it, sort of. Yep. And then he gives it a shape. So here's a shape. Then he's going to put it in the oven to bake. Slice it fresh. It's better than cake. Now it's done. So he's slicing it up. See? It says slice it fresh. And I bet you that smells so good. Homemade fresh bread. Whatever the shape it finally takes, wherever the place it finally breaks. Every day we are blessed with a mountain of bread. It's the staff of life, may all be fed. There's all these children looking at the different types of breads. The end. That was such a great story. I really like that story, and I love the wonderful pictures that we got to see of how wheat grows from seed all the way to where it starts to get grinded up, right? All right, friends, I hope you enjoyed that just as well. Don't forget that we have those 20 sight words that we have to practice this week. Of course, we're going to get tested on Thursday, so it's going to be sooner, okay? Alrighty, my friends, I will see you guys in a little bit for ELA. Make sure you bring your spelling dictation paper so that we can work on our mock sentences, okay? All right, friends, see you later. Bye.